Hey there, YouTube land. Welcome to the first video of Mike's Geek Corner with your host, Mike Quevedo. And here from my very geeky domain, I will be reviewing the geekiest of material, from comic book trade paperbacks to graphic novels to books, pulp books, and to cult classic films and cult classic TV shows. Now, for this particular first video, I thought, seeing as to how the Captain Mar-Vell movie is set to come out next year, and we're all, fans are waiting for that release, I'd say why not go to where it all began, with the original Mar-Vell Comics Captain Mar-Vell. And this is the Captain Mar-Vell Masterworks Volume 1, which contains the Mar-Vell superheroes numbers numbers 12 through 13, and the Captain Mar-Vell numbers 1 through 9. And it's written mainly by Roy Thomas and illustrated by Gene Colan. Now, the way it all began, the original Captain Mar-Vell is the one we now know by the name Shazam, published by DC. Now, before DC would acquire that character from Fawcett Comics, when Fawcett ceased publishing Captain Mar-Vell, then what happened? The name Captain Mar-Vell at that time was up for grabs, and in 1967, Mar-Vell took hold of it, appropriately so, and created this new character called Mar-Vell, who is the captain for the Kree army, who are an alien race, and they send Mar-Vell to planet Earth as a spy, and he poses as a scientist named Walter Lawson, at NASA. And during his endeavor, which includes, it's all part of the plan for the Kree to take over the Earth. But Mar-Vell begins to sympathize with the human race. He starts taking on such threats as the Super Skrull, a Kree sentry robot, the Akan alien race, and starts rebelling against his Kree superiors. And it's very entertaining, fun, Silver Age type story. It's kind of in the same vein as those Silver Age Green Lantern comics, that sci-fi, superhero sci-fi vibe. Very and it's classic Mar-Vell. When Mar-Vell was starting to make their mark as with these very edgy heroes, who not too kind of seemingly villainous at first, but then start showing a bit more humane side. And I'm a big fan of the writing of Roy Thomas. He's always been one of my favorite comic book writers. I've been always especially a big fan of his Conan run, and as well as the work he did in X-Men and Spider-Man, and in Iron Fist. And his writing shines in this as well. He's a writer who really knows the golden age of comics. He grew up on that, as he has stated. And Gene Colan, he's also one of my favorite comic book artists. One of my favorite Silver Age artists, alongside Jack Kirby, Jim Steranko, John Buscema. And his artwork here is excellent as well. If you've seen his stuff in Tomb of Dracula, on Daredevil, on Batman, it's the same. It's brilliant here as well. It's got that very film noir type look. Very his work with shadows. Very informed by the film work of Frank Capra and Brian De Palma. So I really recommend this. It may not be as as I guess as intricate as the Jim Starlin's later run in Captain Marvel, but it's still a pretty fun treat, and so I recommend you pick it up. You can order it on Amazon, eBay, or Barnes & Noble. So go pick it up, and that'll be it for this first review. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave your comments below, subscribe, and I'll be seeing you soon. Take care. Bye.